wearing in these airports on these planes, they're going to change the dress code.
Yep.
Pretty soon, Hartsville is going to have a dress code where you can't wear that shit at all. Because everywhere, every time I go to the airport, bonnets, house shoes, them big fluffy ass house shoes from the beauty supply store, pajamas and a pillow, all that. And guess what? It don't be nobody but us. It's embarrassing. You lose so much credibility on site when you have that. You don't need it. But if you say something to one of them, you're going to get your ass cussed out.
What the hell is wrong with you people?
Welcome to Male Reality Lessons, where topics are reviewed and discussed as iron sharpens iron. On Male Reality Lessons today, we have to talk about a subject that I thought would never run across my mind or have to utter out my mouth as a grown man living in 2025. And it's basically saying that when you go out in public, you need to be able to represent yourself in a decent manner. No, I'm not talking about walking out in a suit every day, but it has boiled down to a simple fact that not only men and women that don't know how, but especially for the fairer sex, that it has gotten out of control. We have women going out in public looking like they just came from the strip club or basically out of their own bathroom. It is so sad that we're going into public events and forums and you literally are seeing women basically butt naked. Whether it's the airport, the professional service areas like dentist office and medical facilities, and now even graduations. But you don't have to believe me.
You know everybody in there talking about you. Look at that. At the graduation, y'all.
Oh, she belongs to the streets.
You know everybody in there talking about you. Look at that. At the graduation, y'all.
Stop it. Get some help.
You know everybody in there talking about you. Look at that. At the graduation, y'all.
I beg your pardon. I beg your
So I'm dealing with a dentist. I know her name is Dr. Sutton. I would assume that this is a female dentist who has an office somewhere. I believe in what I would consider the hood. Okay, and the dentist is black, a black woman. But of course, going to dental school, professional school, I went to medical school, it's not easy. Then when you want to come out and serve your people, they want to come into your office a certain way. So Dr. Sutton politely put out these requirements in her office. No bonnets, no house shoes, no pajama bottoms. We will be happy to reschedule your appointment per Dr. Sutton. Of course, a lot of these people in Black Twitter started getting very upset. You see this, people are saying like, this is anti-Black. You see this person, Honesty the Liar, giving an F about attire instead of health. This is just anti-Black as hell. And another person says, her establishment, same person rather, is literally in the hood in a trap house turned dentist office. Maybe she should relocate to the demographic she prefers instead. I don't care what you tap dancing, we'll blur that, as jiggeronis who are agreeing with her are saying actually. And this is very interesting. This is very interesting. Then after this, the person goes up and tries to pull up some negative reviews of the doctor. And I want to play a clip of Shira 7, right? Now, I don't really agree with what she talks about. But Shira 7 has a response for why Black women need to stop wearing bonnets. Let's play this.
So please refrain from running out of your house if you can, looking unkept at all times. If you're not, even if you're not getting out the car, at least make sure your hair is decent. or throw a wig on, or some type of hat or something. But, don't go out there with a bonnet, that's for sure. Because you don't want, what if you get in a car accident and you have to get out of the car and, see what's going on, or, stand in the middle of the street or on the side of the highway looking like whatever you look like. And what if the other person's dressed really well and automatically they might think it's your fault just because you look crazy. They're gonna be harder on you if you looking ugly and the person that hit you is beautiful. I'm just trying to tell you. Be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, officer. I really didn't see where she was coming from. She came out of nowhere, and she's gonna just lie straight up on you because she's cute, and the officer gonna be like, okay, ma'am, you at fault because you ugly. Period. Done. You know what I'm saying? So you better look good.
Now, this is interesting to me. Okay. Shira's saying that if you're a black woman and you're outside, refrain from wearing bonnets. Because if anything happened, you get in a car accident, which I've never thought about. You're going to be out there looking crazy. If the officer shows up and the officer is white, they're going to think that you're automatically in the wrong because you don't look presentable. Now, I don't understand why people feel that whenever you want black people to operate at a high level, that's anti-black. Which is to say that black people who are being foolish are representing themselves in a ghetto fashion. That is the real black culture. If that's the case, then stop celebrating the Tulsa Massacre. Stop celebrating all of our black inventors. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, people that we know as high quality blacks, all right? Dr. Amos Wilson, all right? Those people. We ought to stop doing that. But we don't. We want black culture to be ghetto. Arthur G. Gaston in Alabama. See, our culture, we want to make it only hood. And when we have our black professionals who are nice enough to want to come back into some of the urban areas and inspire, because y'all are going to cry and say, well, our black elites, our talented blacks, they don't want to come and serve the black community. And then when they do and want to engage you with, hey, here are the rules, y'all get upset. Because bonnet behavior, house shoes, pajamas is not the becoming of an attire that a lot of us as blacks want to associate with. I'm sorry. Those are for the house for most people. If you don't like her rules, don't go to where she's at. That's all you got to do. Don't do that.
If you're enjoying the video, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to Male Reality Lessons.
I want to talk about Toni Braxton. I can't believe that you would go to your son's graduation this way.
Okay, she needs to be dragged by the community. I'm just saying, what the hell does she got on? If I was her son, I would be highly embarrassed.
I bet nobody there who is a loved one of her is going to say, you're really dressed inappropriately for a graduation ceremony of your son. This is why society is in chaos like it is. And I'm saying, like, this is an example of how society is failing.
Would you wear this type of outfit to your child's college graduation? Well, Toni Braxton thought it was A-okay. It was giving Aaliyah I Miss You video. If you remember Toni Braxton in the I Miss You video, she was wildly inappropriate. After Aaliyah passed away, they released her single, I Miss You. And of course, she could not be in the video, so they used a bunch of celebrity friends of Aaliyah's to come and kind of make a tribute video for her. Well, this is how Toni Braxton behaved in that video. I remember being so irritated because I was like, obviously she knows this girl has passed away. Why is she being sexy, winking at the camera, Why is she flirting? Everybody else is distraught. I mean, DMX was like eyes red, tears. Like, people were distraught in this video, rightfully so. But Toni Braxton, you would have thought that this was just her video and she was just trying to get the best shot possible.
Come on now. Y'all know it ain't appropriate. Everybody know that wasn't appropriate. We're talking about Toni Braxton at her son's graduation. Come on, man. You know, some of these people that's in the limelight, they can't stand for the limelight. They don't know how to get out of the light so others can shine. Right here, what she did was diminished his shine. She could have had all the shine on him. Instead, everybody's talking about the what? The night clothes that she has on.
I don't care if you are Toni Braxton. I don't care if you are like a legend. I don't care. Dress appropriate, especially when it comes to your kids.
I don't care if you're an R&B singer. I don't care if you're a stripper. You ain't got no business showing up like that at your son's graduation. Doesn't that gown say Howard?
Yeah. Yep. It don't matter which one or where it's at. It could have been.
They should have escorted her out.
Now, Toni, on the top, you're going to a funeral. On the bottom, you audition to be a stripper. That's my MO. Girl, put on some clothes.
Like, what is wrong with you, ma'am? This is a graduation for this young man. Look, and ain't it ironic?
Howard.
Ain't it ironic that she had a song called He Wasn't Man Enough for Me?
Yeah.
Ain't it ironic that He Wasn't Man Enough for Me was one of her hits? This is what happened when you ain't got a man in the house. That's her son.
I'm not no more. I am delivered.
That's that boy.
That's the same. Wait.
These is his pictures that he has online. It gets worse. But I'm just showing you, he wasn't man enough for me. Bada. Now, am I saying something? I'm showing something. Because everybody wants to say, Corey, you crazy. You do this. You do that. No, I am watching the deterioration of society. This is what happens when you raise your son in a way where you're at his graduation dressed like that.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. Y'all heard it.
And there you have it. It seems that good home training is no longer being taught across the board in households today. Obviously, with the epidemic of single mother homes and the loss of all those standing elders that used to be able to provide this guidance, and the remainder of those who died off in the 90s has left a void where we now are going to have to publicly impose dress codes because it is getting out of control. But I want to hear from you in the comments section. Give me your thoughts and opinions on this topic as well as any other topic here on Male Reality Lessons. As always, I want to thank you for watching. Smash that like button and have a good day.